Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so Andrew here. Yeah, I've been kind of slacking on my readings because the book I'm reading has like 500 pages. Not giving excuses, but it's just taking me a while to digest. And information that I've been writing down has been so good that there's a lot of notes to take. So, but for this week, actually starting today, wanted to talk about more about what I'm doing, what I'm pretty good at doing for the last about 13 years in you know digital marketing and web development. So today's topic I wanted to talk about was um, search engine optimization. Okay, so there's a lot of information out there, free information, and I can literally take a couple of hours to explain search engine optimization. So I'm going to do a series of videos to explain a bit more in detail how I've been taught and how I approach search engine optimization. So previously, just give you some background, search engine optimization is the technique, I would call it, it's an art as well as a science combined on how do you optimize your website for specific keywords that people search. And this is a really complicated topic. And to understand that, to make it simple, to understand that, one, you want to understand what does a search engine do. Come from, let's say, Google's perspective. What does what does Google want, and why is Google like the number one search engine in the whole world? For the last 10, 20 years. Yeah, simply because when Google first started, before that there was Yahoo, Bing at the time was, I can't remember also, but anyway. So let's say Yahoo search. What was the objective of a search engine? Objective of search engine is when someone enters something that they're looking for, a question, a keyword, it is in the best interest of the search engine to give you the most accurate and best results to you as a user. So if I'm searching for a product or service like maybe back pain solution, if I'm a service provider or information provider, I want to be the first thing that comes out on Google search, right? Because I'm sure the whole world has issues on back problem. And if so happen when you search back problem solution, let's say a bit more specific, and you're number one, and you're not advertising, but just organically, the keywords organically, naturally being ranked, you would be, wow, this guy is ranked, must be really good, so I'll click on that. So that's the whole objective of search engines, to give you the best results. And the more people search and the more people read on those solutions that can help them. Literally, Google has an algorithm. Last time used to be 200 over so-called factors that goes into determining whether you are ranked on that page. So that's, I would say, the science part of it. But I want to share with you, as long as you understand the holistic view of what does a search engine do, and you do things that is targeting that problem, where you are able to provide the most value added, accurate, and information in providing a solution to that, you literally, after a long term, you will be ranked. And search engine optimization is not a like paid advertising. You do it, you create a campaign, create an ad group, create the ad, copywriting, pictures, everything, and you click a button and boom, everyone, whoever you target, get to see it. So search engine optimization is a medium to long-term strategy. And when I first started search engine optimization, when I learned from one of my mentors, Pavin Lim, great guy, he shared with me all the specific techniques at that time. Was like 2009, 2010, yeah, kind of range. And the logic he instilled into me until to this day works really well. Last time wasn't that complicated. It was pretty straightforward. And I think nowadays what I've learned is that you need more than 50 pages. Last time, to create a really well SEO website, a website literally requires about 50 pages of content, optimized, everything's optimized, the science part of it, to be well ranked. But in today's context, I would even say that if you really want to rank, because everyone is doing, excuse me, alarm went off. Everyone is doing SEO. So what the term that you want to understand is a competitive landscape. So the landscape of all the competitors is increasing, and your competition is increasing online, and therefore it gets harder to rank. And so the only thing that really helps you determine whether you're good is, are you providing quality content to solving problems? And this is where the power SEO comes in. So, until to this day, I still say the same thing. Content is one of the biggest factors. Quality content is the other big factor. Why quality content? So the easiest example is the medical niches. Medical niches are extremely highly specialized in their different areas. And this is where medical sites are ranked really well, because they're professional so-called content, where unless you're a doctor or PhD in research in that particular field, you won't understand what it is. And the language they use is very contextual to their specialization. So this is where a medical website is very specific, and it's very highly sought after. And of course, it's also pretty competitive in the medical niches. All the doctors are competing with each other. And, I think that's where the search engine optimization, until to this day, is still very, very relevant with the specific keywords that we want to use. Even if you look at from the app perspective, they have something called app optimization, where it is still a search engine within the apps. Are you optimizing for the keywords that it's helping you, be placed number one on the app engine, like iTunes and Android Play? So this is where keyword research is the first step to search engine optimization. And I think that is something that is very technical. At the same time, it takes a work of art and a lot of perseverance to do this. In the market right now, there's a lot of vendors who go out there and say, oh, let me optimize your website for 5 keywords, and we'll try and get it ranked on first page. Yeah, a lot of vendors, they promise that, they collect the money, they don't get the results, and what happens is they just collect the money. They already have a mindset that, I don't think I can do it, but I'm just going to try and sell that. And simply because of that, a lot of competitors, vendors are undercutting the value of SEO. I personally don't charge so low. I go 5-digit easily. And I think this is where, if you understand the value of SEO, you understand how powerful it is. Okay, so typically now, SEO website, it's recommended to have at least 200 to 300 pages, optimized keywords on all that. Yes, 200 to 300. Okay, so literally a blogger who writes contents constantly on specific topics will be ranked really well, and because Google says this is a proper website, this person or this company provides really value-added content and is consistently updating the website. So this is, I think, one of the most powerful things, content building, whether it's YouTube, whether it's just writing, whether it's a vlog or social media. All this contributes to how well your website ranks. So there isn't a perfect formula, but there's a suggested guideline, which of course I have over the last 13 years that I've been building up. What works, what doesn't work. I don't know the perfect answer, but if you understand, like what I explained, the macro view of search engine optimization, where you are actually thinking from a perspective, I need to really add a lot of value to whoever's looking for my website. And this is where I think the key important factor is that, always keep that in mind. Am I adding value? Am I, providing the solution to a problem? So this is where search engine optimization comes in on the digital marketing. It's a very difficult skill to learn. It takes many hours to learn. There isn't a shortcut. There are black hat methods, which is not very good methods, where after a while Google figures out, then you basically be kicked off the index. And so this is where, if you think logically, do it ethically, it takes time to rank. And slowly and steadily, if you do, you install your Google Analytics and you track it over a period of 1 year or 6 months to 1 year, you get your organic search improving. Okay, so that is search engine optimization. The other topic that I just want to cover today, it is a long, is the value of search engine optimization. So how do you value the search engine optimization? What is the value? So search engine, coming back to the topic, search engine optimization is when your page is naturally ranked on the first page. So literally, if you are on the first page, how much traffic are you getting? That's one. Number two, how much revenue are you getting? Okay. Yeah, so if you are ranked on first page and you're not doing any advertising, okay, hypothetically, it's generating maybe, I don't know, 2,000, 5,000 every single month, because people are just calling you, hey, could I have, your products? I'm looking for your products. Every day someone's calling you to your product. So if you optimize for a specific keyword where there is demand, so you optimize the website where there's demand, and people automatically call you, and you generate, let's say, $2,000 of sale every single month. Okay, so think about it. If you generate 2,000 every month because you did the optimization, everything, for the next 2 to 3 years, let's say a website that's ranked first page, and it generates 2,000 every month for the next 2 to 3 years or longer, but let's be conservative, let's say 2 years. That's $24,000 in 1 year. In 2 years, that's $48,000 of revenue, and you haven't even talked about third year. Okay, even if it goes down, doesn't matter. The point is, it generates income because you did efforts of search engine optimization. So what would be your value? If I invested $10,000 to do search engine optimization, for example, and because of that effort that I put in SEO, I generated 24,000 each year. You literally have a double up in return on investment. So this is where, that's one way of thinking about it. The other way I can say, which is the easiest method of calculation, is when you do search engine optimization, the other complementary paid advertising is Google AdWords, where search. So if you're using the same keywords, but you're paying money to advertise, and so happen in that competitive landscape, that niche, each click costs you $5. Well, let's not be so harsh. Let's say each click costs you about $2, okay? And because of the amount of clicks you want to get, so you need to do your marketing funnel, the calculations. You run ads, and it costs you $2 per click. And maybe in 1 month, you are willing to spend, let's say, $1,000, okay? So that means you potentially get 500 clicks. Okay, but out of those 500 clicks, it generates you $2,000. Okay, pretty good, right? Yeah. So the thought process you want to have is, if I'm willing to advertise so much to generate so much money, and you times that over 12 so-called 1 year or 2 years, that could be another way of generating enough traffic to your website, and that could be another way of determining the value of your search engine optimization. So coming back to the example, let's say I need to spend $1,000 to generate 500 clicks. Okay, so clicks means people click on the ad and it goes to your website, and when they go to your website, they look at it, some would move away, get out of the website, they don't want to buy your products, but out of those 500, maybe you have a few sales that actually generates the amount of money. So literally, is that value worth it? So equivalent to SEO, you're using 1,000 to generate 2,000. But SEO, in the long run, you build it up, it took you maybe 1 year, okay? And for long-term strategy is you generate, it costs you 10,000 to do SEO, for example. By paid advertising, it gives you a net profit of, you spend about 1,000 to generate 2,000. So your net profit is 1,000. So naturally, SEO is a lot better after the break-even point, which is after 10 months, right? Yeah, so literally the key strategy is always do both. You start off with the paid advertising until I would say you're naturally ranked really high. This is where both paid advertising and so-called Google, so-called search engine optimization are implemented simultaneously. So this is going up, but you're still making money from your paid advertising. So your value of SEO is really important, because in the long run, the ROI is a lot better than so-called paid advertising. And eventually, if you say, okay, I don't need paid advertising, I just want to do this, you literally have, once you hit your break-even point, it's got infinite returns, as Robert Kiyosaki said, because you got back your initial investment. At the same time, every month it generates a positive cash flow for your business. So I would like to say that SEO is a pretty complicated yet simple topic if you understand it from the holistic view. So I hope this helps, this short video, not really that short, it's a bit long. But I think it helps you explain what search engine optimization is from a so-called top-down approach, and understanding the logic of what search engine does and how search engine optimization can help you. I hope this video was good. If you want to, please consider coming for my course. I'll be going into more details during my so-called marketing website masterclass course. And this is one of the topics that I'll be covering, search engine optimization, Google AdWords, Facebook marketing, even LinkedIn marketing. So these are areas that we can talk about, and I think the one that I'm really passionate about now is YouTube, YouTube videos basically. So without further ado, so please consider sending me a message or something like that, and we can talk more. And if you got any questions, feel free to PM me. Okay, all right then. Thanks for your time, and see you.